Do you think that new immigrants should receive this socialized medicine?
Actually, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I made this great deviation. That's a big word for plan. I made this great plan. We cut every citizen's social security earnings or amountings that they would have by the age of 60, 70. Cut it in half. Use that half to give these new immigrants free medicine.
Don't we have that already? Isn't that something we.
Um, I think you're mistaken. I think you're mistaken.
Sir? So, what do you think about the doctors complaining about less pay and the fact that they won't be paid as much because the government's not going to pay them the same salaries?
It's just when I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor then, and I wanted it so. I I got my cat, and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to operate on a human with this cat. So I I got my mom's kitchen knife out, and I like.
How do you think the doctors will feel about socialized medicine?
You know what? I really don't care. I mean, as long as all I care about is the medicine. As long as I can do it with my friends and in public, I don't care. The doctors, you know what? The doctors are probably in the conspiracy against socialized medicine. I mean, the fact that, oh no, I'm not gonna get less money. So who cares? Everybody gets medicine for free. We can all be on medicine. Isn't that exciting? I mean, doesn't that excite you? That's so exhilarating, and it's just like so.
Do you think it's fair to doctors, nurses, and librarians themselves with the whole socialized medicine thing?
Yes. Of the former, I believe that they will in favor of it, and because they can have jobs socially, socialized medicine. They will have jobs morally because the government, we know, has such an overflow of money because it has so little to deal with. It doesn't have to pay for things like national security, so it can use that money to give many doctors jobs. Of the secondary nurses, it would be the same reasoning. And librarians, they would probably boycott it because well, all those books think they know something about their philosophy and what have you.
You mean it takes experience to learn something, not education?
I mean,
What do you think of the government quoting laissez-faire?
Unless you go far where? I mean, like, if you're gonna go somewhere, you could go anywhere. I mean, the government shouldn't tell you you can go less or far. I mean, like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, it doesn't even have a job, but it can't make sense. It can't survive. I mean, if the government's gonna, quote less or far where? They're not even clear there. How could, gosh,
Do you think we can ever solve poverty with socialized medicine?
Well, be frankly, Albert Einstein can do it. I mean, there's no, formula. I mean, if there is, no one's found it yet. And if there is,
Sir, do you see a significance among the lottery and poverty statistics that would signify them?
no, I don't. Actually, you see, the poorest 10% of Americans make up 90% of lottery gamblers.
Does that statistic sound in any way unright or backwards to you?
No. I think that that statistic completely backs up the ideas that there there isn't been no link between poverty and the lottery.
Do you think, looking at the statistics, that the lottery impoverishes poverty even more than it's already impoverished?
No.
All right. Do you think it's fair for the gamblers who gamble at gambling nights on their gambling parties will benefit from socialized medicine and the tax thereof, even though they perpetuate poverty?
Yes.
Do you think the gamblers will suffer from socialized medicine, or do you think they will benefit, or will they suffer and then benefit, or will they suffer, benefit, and then suffer again, or will they suffer or benefit from socialized medicine?
I think they will suffer, which is why the beginning of socialization is a good thing. See, we need to pitch all of our money in to help those who are suffering because of their mistakes. We need to prop them up. Just because they make mistakes doesn't mean they should feel the consequences of that.
How has the lottery affected educations?
Well, it's affected education in that it's changed it a lot. It's given money to.
But how much? Can you be more specify?
Let's just say if I had a yardstick, I could measure a yard.
Can you expel upon that?
I was expelled from college. You mean
Expound. Expound.
expound? I can expound. You see, a yardstick measures a yard, and if I had one, then I could measure things in yards, and that's how much school has been affected by lottery.
So you're saying the amount of money has gone up a yard stick.
That's not. I don't think you understood it correctly. You see, if I had a yardstick, I could measure it.